Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation, welcome to my webinar dedicated to different types of CVs. Somebody can say that, CV is one of the simplest things that can be done, but actually it's one of the most difficult, the most complicated ones, because, there's like Mark Twain. You can't, you never get, a second chance to make a first impression, so you can't just, appear for the first time twice. That's why I'd like you to dedicate, let's say, 40 minutes, maybe 1 hour. Let's see how it's going to dedicate to this topic. So today we will try to cover 3 different dimensions. So we will talk about European format, American format, and British format of CVs and resume, and we will try to figure out what the difference is between CV and resume, and how actually we can apply them, how we can use them, and how we can make them more effective in our career hunting, academic hunting. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Little by little, I'll go into details. I'll try, to show you step by step how actually we can get, the winning position in this case. So let's see, what is actually a CV, So CV, as you know, curriculum, details, and so we have at least 2 pages. It can be actually even 10 pages. It depends on your experience and diverse experience on different fields. It can be your academic background, it can be your professional background, all the publications, awards, honors. Actually, you can put there whatever suits your personality and actually opens your capabilities. If particular, let's say, prospective employers or academic colleagues. So, as you know, in Europe, but not only there, as well in Africa, Asia, and Middle East. And we will see, what's the difference between resume right now. So I would say that resume is like a summary, because here we're talking about 2 pages, information, which is presented in a brief and concise way. So a person who gets resume can just cast a look and say, oh right, this person is really high qualified, a professional, and then probably can just can invite you for an interview, let's say, or maybe can ask you more questions about your experience and accomplishments dedicated. So talking about Europe, as I don't know Europe aware, but most of my time I was located in Europe during my studies in Erasmus Mundus Master. So I got used to Europass format. So let's say that a few years ago, when I wanted to build my CV, I was looking for some kind of format, some kind of form, which is already constructed, and I would have only fill it in. So Europass turned out to be the best option, the best way. And when I this website, you will see. So when I found the website Europass, Europa.eu, I got really delighted by this, by this really discovery, because what you get not only CV there, as well you get a language passport, actually, which is really relevant for us, like Erasmus Mundus, yeah, OCEANS people, because we speak not only our native language and not only English, we speak at least, yeah, 3, maybe 4 languages. I mean, it depends on the program, yeah, but for me it was so relevant, this language passport, yeah, and so I just, grabbed it. Then you have Europass mobility, which is for all people on exchange programs, like just, yeah, simple Erasmus, Leonardo da Vinci. Then you have certificate supplement and diploma supplement, which as well is significant, because if we are talking about applying for academia, I mean, like applying for PhD position or professor assistant position, so here it becomes really important. So just feel free to use it for Europe, because I would say that when I actually applied for Erasmus Mundus Master, I used this Europass, and kind of recently I've noticed that I can't use it anymore, because right now, with all the experiences, with all the information which I get and which I've accumulated, I got like 10 pages Europass CV, which is really, really long. So, and I don't include all of these other documents. So I decided to switch to a brief form of resume, and you can switch to this brief form either you apply maybe for US, UK, or if you want just to highlight the most important achievements in your career path or professional, let's say, way. So, talking about switching of the format. So we're coming to US. What I noticed that lots of our peers from Erasmus Mundus really dream of some job in America, in USA. Like even here, like in UK, because right now I'm based in St Andrews University in Scotland. Even here in UK, lots of people dream of going to US, but they face this of of changing, let's say, of switching their CVs, because at that point what they see, they don't see anymore like any structure, because if in Europass we've got like everything prepared, all the format, like format which is actually Europe, US is this format. I mean, you table, just which you have to fill in, or how Americans say, to fill out actually. But here, I give you some tips how you can structure American CV. So in this case, you just start with contact information as usual, and here's a small difference between Europass and American style, that in American style you don't include your photo, because in Europass you can win with putting really nice photo of yours, especially girls. It will it will be just, but in American style, no photo. And actually you can omit as well information about your birthday, so they won't they won't know how old you are, who actually you are. Yeah, so it's like the right for equality. So they will let's say pick up everybody. So in this case, what we see, so some contact information, then we have education, most recent, first. So we are from the top up to the bottom, from degree, and then just going down. what is important, especially I would say, Russian-speaking students, as I'm Russian, from Moscow, that in Europe, US, okay, we don't have this, let's say, like budget education, budget education when you study for free. When in Russia, you can get into such position, and in this case, for Russian-speaking students, please indicate that you get full waiver of of your tuition fees. In this case, it will be clear that actually you studied for free. If we are talking about some kind of courses, it can be like language courses, it can be some qualification courses. Please include it in study abroad. If you're talking about trainings, training, it can be like something specific, You should write more. But all the other stuff, just put study abroad. It's as well as it's important. So then experience, true. So here we're talking about academic and professional experience, and then it's optional leadership, service, activities, interests. It's so optional. I would say that if you don't have enough what to say about your education and experience, please put some, please put some service or leadership, some kind of, let's say, capabilities, or maybe even, hobbies. That will be, that will make you to stand out, other candidates. Right. So let's right now look precisely at education segment, because it's really important to waiver, but it's not only this. First of all, please don't forget to indicate your GPA. I'm talking about, your marks. So, how to do it? It's not so difficult. If you have your ECTS, you can just, find the formula on the internet, because in America and in Europe, you have a bit different, approaches of counting ECTS or, marks, your subjects, and you can say, let's put it this way. So if the top of your 10.0, let's say it's like in a Spanish system, and let's say you get 9.0 out of 10. So we can say already, so that it's really high, high mark. So here you can actually indicate that you are in the top of students, because a 9 is already. But if you get, let's say, 10 out of 10, here you can indicate that you get your degree with distinction. I mean, in different countries, it's systems of marks, but if you get with distinction, you have to indicate it, in American style, European style, doesn't matter, you have to indicate it. So then, definitely you should indicate coursework. So whichever university, let's say whichever year, it can be undergraduate, postgraduate, PhD, so coursework, which actually reflects your interest. So if you're going for academia, try to focus on your research interests and try to show the evolution of your interests. So, for example, if you're on undergraduate program and then, let's say, Erasmus or OCEANS or any exchange, just try to show that you have some particular topic, and let's say first it was so broad and so wide, and then you started to narrow it, which actually went into your dissertation report, into the thesis. It would be great, because if they can see it, so they could say, right. So this person knows what he or she is doing. And the same professional applications, because if you're applying for some position, let's say something about like policies, educational policies, or some politics. If we're talking about like foreign affairs or domestic, domestic policy. Here, you should indicate that apart from your research as well, you had some coursework or maybe. All right, sorry, yeah, I will repeat, yeah. So, if we're talking about, academics, try to show, the evolution of your research interests. Try to show that first an undergraduate, in undergraduate program, you've got like wide interest in particular topic, and then you manage to narrow it down up to your dissertation or up to your, thesis. So this is really important. Okay, yeah, coming back to professional ones, so domestic policy, foreign affairs. So try to indicate, apart from your research interests, that you as well had some kind of courseworks, papers, any kind of maybe conferences or activities which are actually relevant for your future position. So in this case, they will say, okay, so yeah, we have a good, excellent researcher, but at the same time, this researcher is interested in this field, or us. Right. So then, as I mentioned already about studying abroad, here any projects, research, any coursework which you accomplished abroad. So then, let's say B, but high school, actually, if you're an undergraduate and you want to go for master in US, I mean, depends about high school. I would say if you've done something outstanding, hilarious in high school, yeah, please indicate it. But I wouldn't need it. And then SAT and TOEFL. So as you know, we do language passports, right? So here we have we are free. We are completely free. What to indicate? We can indicate all the languages that we speak fluently, or we can indicate as well languages that we possess just on a basic level. But the most important for US is TOEFL, definitely. So you should indicate it. And SAT system. It's actually a system of that is taken especially in US. If you want to get into an American institution, you have to pass that SAT. So you can check more on SAT. Just Google it, and you will find it. I had a chance to prepare a student for her Spanish exam. And it wasn't something, something, I don't know, like horrible, terrible, like something which is really, different from any, let's say, European exams. It just American style. They want, to distinguish themselves in this. I hope that, this part is clear, education part, and the experience part, which is as well important. So here, I would say that the core of this, this part is to manage to describe it. I mean, not like somebody whom you met, who told you how to do it, but actually what you did, exactly you. So in this case, the challenge is to show the purpose of the task, because the purpose sometimes is just lost, because you start to describe your task or project in a couple of words, in a couple of sentences, and you completely forget about the purpose. So try to be clear on this. So in this case, your prospective employer or academic employer will see, so you got this task, you did particular actions in order to accomplish this purpose, you see, yeah? So then, please try to emphasize your transferable skills, like skills and knowledge which you accumulated during, let's say, the period of your internships or some kind of jobs, or volunteer, work. Actually, volunteer work right now, volunteer experience, is as well significant, really significant. Is standing on the same line as real, paid position experience. If you've got a lot of volunteer experience, just put it and explain. Try to explain in really simple, concise language what you did, yeah? And then, use verbs, yeah. I use verbs that, reveal the skills used. About verbs and particular, let's say, vocabulary, we will talk a bit later, as well provided to you. Verbs, adjectives, we'll get everything. So just remember, clear, concise. So task, actions, what you did, and then purpose and how it was accomplished. That's it. Yeah. So let's move on as well about experience just a bit more. Yeah. So then we are talking about order. Yeah. Order as well, significant because you always should start from, let's say, from the most relevant position, and not only, but as well the position which kind of was prequel or matches your perspective position. So if we are talking about PhD, so in this case it will be all kinds of research in a particular field, particular sphere. If professional position, professional career, here again we are talking about the position which you got. It can be like position that you got maybe 2 years ago, but you should put it on the first place to show that actually I've already done something like that, or not so complicated, but I already have an idea what I'm about to do in this this position, right? So then try to attract your attention with different numbers, percentage and an amount, maybe amount of work, amount of tasks. As well, actually, coming back to education, if for example, if you know that you're one of the best students, that you got degree with distinction, or if not with distinction, you will, you try to figure out how many people were on, on your course or in the program, and where you finished. So let's say that if you got your degree maybe without distinction, but you know that not so many people like you possess that kind of GPA or or marks. So you should indicate, let's say that you are 10%, one of, let's say, in top 10 out of 100. So it will show that actually you are good. It's important, right? Then talking so just changing the topic, going from experience to job description. So talking here as well about job description, because from my experience, what you should do, you should build just your resume, not just like general resume, just for everything. You should actually build it for a particular position or a particular field of interest. So that's why when you apply for some professional position what actually they need. As you can see here as an example, yeah, so perspective, yeah, and also skills. So you are talking here like about this experience, then research, yeah, research topics, evaluation skills, yeah, computer science. It's really in just agenda. So try to conduct your own research in a particular field, as well as I will always repeat it, like dividing academic sphere and professional sphere to research in this particular. You are capable of what you can. You can be, let's say, brilliant person, exceptional, researcher student, possess skills that will excel you from the rest of the group. But if, your prospective employer doesn't look for it, you won't do anything. I mean, you will be just incapable of persuading that you are the best person for this position. That's why pay particular attention to this small but so important topic. So that's why if you check some research or let's say some skills, just try to show in the resume that you have it. So for example, when you're talking about your job experience, so how to put it? Let's say first you put the name of your company, then you put the position. But it's not just the position, how they called you, what they called you. Let's say how I got like station, like manager, and or system, like media like manager, and it's like SNO, SMM or something. So nobody will get it. What is that? I to adapt, to fit your position into the context, and try to describe, maybe Google, try to find job description. So if you don't know like how to describe your activities, what you did as a job, like sometimes like like students come, like people tell me, I did everything. I mean, I was like a girl or boy for everything. I would do like really serious stuff, and then I would just run with coffee. So in this case, you shouldn't indicate everything. No way. You should put just just a few responsibilities which are relevant for this for the current position, right? So let's say that if you are looking something, let's say it's like professional position, something with marketing, like how we say it, like a market researcher, like something like research in market, or mass media. In this case, you should try to indicate only this experience. So you shouldn't say that you will organizing some stuff apart from your mass media, let's say, activity. I mean, like that you carried out some market research, maybe target group research and so on. So just try to be concise, to be precise on your assets. It's really important. So don't say that you're like that you're God sent, that you are that you're like the best in explicit way, but try to send a message that actually you have all the capabilities to become this. Right. So I hope that it was clear. Right now, we'll try, to switch from US to UK. What I already, told you about American style actually can be applicable as well, for European style. But in European style, as I already mentioned, you have that it's kind of, easier for you, than the American style and UK style. So what's the point here of UK? So and who actually wants to work in the UK. Well, I met here different people, I would say from all over Europe, and actually lots of Americans. Brilliant, because for me it's kind of funny that like UK people go to US people go to UK, and it's just, like exchange of minds, exchange of brains, which is great, yeah. So what my American friends noticed, that even though like speak the same language, and like which are required for particular positions are the same. And academia is slightly different, but not so much, yeah. So still they have to, they have to change their resumes, their resume or CV, in order, to click with British system. So let's see actually what's the difference. So first of all, CV is a UK term for resume. So in this case, we can see already. So it's the same. So it's US resume, but in English it's called. So which means that you have 1-2 pages of descriptive information, not more. It's not Europass. Just remember that it's 1-2 pages. So again, you don't have photo. You don't have to put your photo. And you don't have to put your date of birth. So it doesn't matter. Either you're like 20, 30, I don't know, like 19, whatever, yeah? So it doesn't matter. So here just, I tried to show actually how you can, use your CV. So for me, the most important here is that actually you use your CV as a solid evidence to support your arguments in your covering letter. Because like we won't talk in particular in detail about covering letter, but CV and covering letter are going like hand in hand. And when you send both of these papers to your prospective employer, it's just vital that they kind of accomplish the whole let's say complete the whole picture with all the experience, all the tasks which you accomplished. So in this case, when you write a covering letter, you can always say, like referring to your CV, what you've done, yeah. So that's why in your CV, just try to be flexible. So don't indicate all the information. Yeah, don't indicate all the information, so because it will be too much. For example, if you have here some hobbies, you can omit it, and you can, let's say, you can talk about it a bit during the interview. Yeah, so if they ask you actually what you are up to, yeah, what you're actually doing. Yeah, so CV should be so flexible, that it will be easy, yeah, to change it. So as I already told you, switch information out. You can so basically it's like the field where you can play. It's your field where you can play as you wish. So you can change, you can play with words and expressions and phrases, yeah, in order to highlight it in front of, let's say, your rivals, yeah, opponents, in the eyes of your, academic, let's say, academic employer or professional employer. Right. So as well, I indicated here a good for CV. It's not only information about CV. There you will find more information about British market, yeah, as well, particular positions. So if you're right now currently, hunting for UK jobs, just feel free. You will find lots of information there. Right. So then As I already told you that I will provide to you, these are which have, active words, verbs, and adjectives for your resume. It's just amazing. You can use it not only for your resume CV, but as well for your covering letter. They're really strong, words and phrases. Just feel free, to download them. And if you experience any trouble, come to me after, and I will also know them. So I hope that now it's clear that we have three formats. So we have Europass, we have US style, and we have UK style. So Europass, you got it that it's a form, which is a prepared form which you have just fill in, and you can as well use other documents like language passport or mobility, let's say experience, mobility passport. So again, US and UK styles. So US style is unprepared. You have to prepare it. We discussed this style of resume. So if Europass can be like 5, 8, even 10 pages, really bulky, resume must be just 1 or 2 pages, not more. The same style is with British CV, because British CV is actually American resume. If we're talking about, the style. But you should always see the difference and for what you apply. So the difference for academic and professional fields is that if you apply for PhD or master program or postdoc or assistant, you should specify, highlight your experience in research in academia. In this case, actually, you can most of your work experience so you mean this one with UK? This one, right? So when talking about working experience. Why? Because if you got your working experience during your academia time, so your academic boss will think, well, you didn't dedicate enough time to your research, so you were too superficial, let's say, in your thesis. If they haven't read your thesis or dissertation. In this case, you should try to concentrate on your education, like academia, life, education part of your curriculum. So just indicate maybe teaching experience, maybe some kind of training experience, and papers, publications, conferences. When you indicate conferences, always indicate where was it, and if some kind of officials will present, were presented there, like I don't know, they took part there, let's say. As well, try to indicate like with participation with somebody, with interaction with somebody. So it will just point out of your conference, the level of the event. It's as well significant. Right. It will as well show your perspective employers that actually you're recognized, yeah, in the particular sphere. Right. Talking about again, yeah, like distinguishing professional, yeah, academia and professional. So talking about professional CV. Here, please remember all that you should be flexible, or let's say even you must be flexible, because everything will depend on the position, like job description, for what you're applying, yeah, for which you're applying. In this case, you should, as maximum, as you can, match your experience, academic experience and professional experience, which is more important here, to your prospective position. So if your prospective job requires some skills, research, media, statistics, show it in your CV. Show it that you've got, even if you've got just once such kind of job, just show it. Just say, oh, let's just I'll give you an example, that a personal example, that I was interpreter, and at the same time I was senior assistant, and official title was interpreter actually. When you're saying just interpreter, but you're applying, let's say, for some kind of position like an assistant or senior assistant, to somebody, you can't just say that you're an interpreter, because if you're saying interpreter, who cares? It means that you are dealing just, with language, and you don't think, you just translate what they're saying. But at the same time, yeah, I had this, assistant position, which was kind of, part-time, let's say, and I needed to perform, in this position just only when particular, persons would arrive actually. They would come occasionally, and I would act this position. So what I did, I just omitted, in this case, interpreter position, and I highlighted the senior assistant position. And what? So look, in this case, you don't lie, you just omit some information, and you point out information which is more relevant, more significant for your prospective employer. I hope that you see what I mean. So it means that if you've done official job, work, significant work, but at the same time, in parallel, you accomplish really interesting task which is relevant to a perspective, position. Just bring it out on the top of the agenda and say, yes, I did it. It doesn't matter if it was once, just, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I know how to do it. At least I have an idea, not just, vague idea, but I have an idea of it. Yeah, right? So just keep it in mind. And then, yeah, definitely be clear. Be clear while you are describing your position. Describing your tasks, work experience. Here we have a formula, CAO. So you describe situation, then action, and then the result. As I already mentioned to you, that here we are talking about what? We're talking about task, yeah? So let's say some kind of situation, occurred, some kind of problem occurred. So you got the task, then you show your action, what actually you did to resolve this problem, to eliminate this problem, yeah? The purpose, yeah? Why actually you had to do it, and then you show the result. And all of this you should put just in a couple of sentences. The same is actually for your interview. You shouldn't go into a particular detail saying and then this girl or that guy, this colleague did that, and they didn't agree with him, or blah blah blah. No way. You should be clear, yeah, I would say, modest. Why modest? Because professional employers, yeah, and academic employers as well, don't like, I would say, too confident people. To be confident is really good. I mean, I would say, yeah, I'm confident, but don't put it, don't put it on your facade. Let's say, don't show off. You see what I mean? Like, don't show off to your prospective employers. Off, I mean, even not on purpose. You can scare, because they can say, well, this person is interesting, yeah, right. Maybe we can invite this person. We can actually, yeah, we are curious, we want to check what kind of fruit it is, But the point is that sometimes, or maybe not sometimes, I mean, you will face it, that some of the employers are really workaholic or hard workers. And because of their, of their hard work, they kind of become, let's say, mediocre people. You see what I mean? I mean, they didn't have the chance to go on Erasmus Mundus program or OCEANS program. Probably they even haven't accomplished any kind, international tasks. I mean, it depends on the organization. Sometimes you find brilliant organization, international organization, really high qualified, with a really, let's say, a clean position, but your prospective employer can be just just a mediocre person. And that's it, that's life. It can happen. In this case, what you should do, you should just construct arguments, yeah, like construct the evidence to this argument, I mean, like a covering letter, in such a way that you will be able to persuade, yeah, the employer that you are the best for this position, not just like really interesting that capabilities, that you are, yeah, excellent, yeah, as I already said it, yeah, that you can be like an excellent worker and so on, but that you are the best one to fill, to fill this position. So in this case, I mean, especially on the international market, and especially if you apply in another country, or if you apply for a position in another country. So let's say, and you want to apply for a position in the US or UK, yeah? So they will look at you with only one question. But what is your actual, what is your real reason to? Would you like just to stay in this country? Would you like to settle down? Especially like Americans, yeah. And what I can see here, British, yeah. So it's just because you want to settle down here, you don't want actually this position. So in this case, you should manage to find this evidence why you need this position, why you need this position in this organization, in this particular organization. So I hope that all my tips were really useful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you need more links for useful verbs, phrases, adjectives, for your CV resume or covering letter, just feel free to contact me. Yeah, let me know. I think that I will come to the end of my presentation. So thank you for your attention. And yeah, good luck and good hunting. And yeah, if you have any questions, just I'm free to answer them. Thesis. Would you like list a thesis semester work experience? Oh well, it depends on the position. I mean, thesis. But what do you mean on thesis semester? If you are talking about like writing your thesis, yeah, you can you can link it to your position. So it depends on the field, but you can link it. I would list it. I mean, I would list a thesis into academia experience, and it would be fine. It should be fine because you accomplished it within your academic experience. So in this case, when your prospective employer looks through your CV, he will say, yeah, right, you're in academia, but actually this experience was good and is relevant for this position. So in this case, yeah, just list it academic experience, education. Yeah? Anything else? Okay. Yeah, Rauf is right, yeah. Okay. Well, you haven't, sleep. I hope that, yeah, all this information will be really useful for you. If you have any, problems with writing your series, just feel free, to contact me. Just like, proofreading, it's fine. Well, as I already are not so important positions, like let's say conferences or hobbies. Just to stick to most relevant experience. Let's say that contact information will be I know quarter of your page, yeah. If we're talking about the format of like at least A4, so a quarter of page will be contact information. Then just briefly institution, from kind of so GPA, your marks, yeah, and thesis on which topic. It can be any paper as well on a relevant topic. Then, if I'm not mistaken, which in this case, yeah, you have a table. Just fill in just how many languages you speak on which language, on which level, and after this, you specify experience, work experience. Here, try to put only most relevant, which matches, yeah, to your position or you're applying for. After this, you can mention, so as well, like grades, education. But after work, I mean, it depends on the position. Say, you could stop, mention a couple of events, which you took part, but not more. Hobbies, no way. I hope that, yeah, I hope that in this case, it will be like 3-4 pages, not more. In this case, it's fine. So, are you satisfied with the answer? Yeah, okay, good. Right. Else? Alright then. So, as well, if you need, like, list of, let's say, websites, with relevant, like, open positions in different countries, feel free to contact. I will I will just, send it to you. I mean, like in UK and US, because there are pretty lots, and you can just get lost in them. But there are a few which are really good. So just, feel free to contact. I will just, send them to you later. So if it's all, I think, in this case we can, we can close it. Thank you so much for your attention. Just keep in mind all the information that you were given, and just, feel free to act. Just right now, go start, to write your CV. And if any kind of questions emerge, just, feel free to contact me. So, see you somewhere around. Have a nice